Hey everyone, this is Miss Gigi coming at you again with another juicy episode. Let's get straight into it. We are on part 16 and we are still wishing Barack Obama a happy President's Day. Yes, President's Day was February 20th, but we still got a lot of information that I want to share. So we are on number 250, so we're getting closer to that 360. After all, because I have 358 accomplishments I want to highlight that Obama accomplished while he was in office. And so if you're just joining us, you are on part 16. It's getting good. It's still good, but it's just you missed a lot. And then our change.org petition came out of all of this research that I was doing. So yeah, you might want to go back and research when the change.org petition came in the midst as I'm flushing out this information and doing a lot of research. It was like something struck in my spirit, and it was like I gotta, do a petition with change.org regarding mental illness and law enforcement. And I need y'all to support me on that. So please go back and review the videos and you'll understand more about why I decided to start this petition on change.org and how it really deeply affected me. And you can go to my social media page on Facebook and as well as Instagram and Twitter, and you will see it on my pages, on my social media pages, in regards to I need support for change.org, because in order for things to get done, we have to come together as a people and we can make this change and create legislation, help the government create this legislation to properly address law enforcement and abuse in the Black communities, because a lot of these police are committing community harm. So you cannot be racist and have a public profession and be and work in the public. And that is absolutely impossible. It's not impossible to be racist, but it's like absurd to be racist, and you deal with all walks of people and everybody, that you come in contact with. You cannot escape a certain race of people when you work with the general public. That means you're going to be exposed to everybody. So therefore, you can't just attack and segregate, treat a certain people a certain way and attack them in public, is what the police are doing. A lot of them. There's some good cops out there, but there are a lot of bad cops, the racist cops, that's making it bad for the rest of them. And so it makes it the overall landscape of being a police and law enforcement. It looks really bad. It looks very, very dangerous. And it seems like we need to create change so that when we see the police and sheriff, we don't look at them as a threat. They want to walk around with all this power, but then they're not doing their job, and they're inciting the public, they're inciting the general public, and then they're inciting the Black community. And then they have military gear, but when they go into the white communities, they don't have this military gear, and it's not necessary because everybody is unarmed civilians, and so that's overkill when you have military type protection and police gear for unarmed civilians in a certain neighborhood. So that's racism, and that there needs to be a total criminal justice reform for the entire police reform for the entire sector of criminal justice and police. There needs to be a reform. There needs to be some change, and there needs to be an address on mental illness on law officers. They need to law enforcement. They need to have periodic checks, and because there are some officers that's falling through the cracks, and if they fail to meet these mental health requirements, they don't need to be they don't need to be on the streets. They don't need to be in law enforcement, period, because you're not going to do your job effectively. You're not helping anybody. You're making things worse. So things are not getting better. They're actually getting worse. And you would think post MLK, Martin Luther King, when that racist shot and killed John Wilkes Booth, when he killed Martin Luther King, you would think that things would get better, but it's not. Things are actually worse. Because you've seen that it's starting to feel like the 1960s riots again, and with a lot of our unarmed civilians being killed in the Black community on the news and on social media, it's causing for a change. We need to stand up and make a change as a community. All right, Royal Ones, let's get straight into it. Part 16, number 250. President Obama created a presidential memorandum to restore scientific integrity and government decision making. I think technology is very important in the advancement of humanity. Number 250, Obama opened up the process for fast-tracking patent approval for green energy projects. Green energy is important. It conserves energy. It saves. It's proper for. It's clean, renewable, sustainable energy for the environment and create reduced toxins. So that's real important. Green energy projects. Yes, I'm for green energy. I'm not an environmental scientist, but I respect environmental scientists for all that they do. God bless everyone. And they also help combat climate change. No matter how you feel about climate change, it is real. And we do need to acknowledge it and stop acting like it's such a boring subject when you see that the ice glaciers are melting at an unprecedented rate and our river streams and oceans are flowing over. So number 252, as well as the summers are getting hotter and the winters are getting shorter. And that's on period. Number 252, through the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act, Obama committed more federal funding, about $18 billion to support non-defense science and research labs. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because some scientists, that's a very important sector, STEM, a research program for our youth as well as college students, because it's better research on in the science department. Better research. We do need that. 253. Obama EPA reversed research ethics standards, which allowed humans to be tested to be used as guinea pigs in tests of the effects of chemicals to comply with numerous codes for medical ethics. I think that because the human body is so frail, we need to get back to I might get in trouble for saying this. I don't know how you feel about this, but instead of using live humans, can you use dead humans? Because people donate their body for research, for science. And so we could use the dead humans to see how those cells and organs are being affected. But, as far as guinea pigs go, but you can't use a live human because that changes your DNA code. And that creates all sorts of mental health issues and other health issues and, organ failure and all types of it reduces the quality of life as that human being. They were not born with those medical illness, but because they went and did this medical research and they got paid $200 to take all these different type of medications just to see how it affect the human body. You can't do that. You can't, that's unethical. And I think that no amount of money will, reverse their you never receive you can't be made whole from those some of those changes are permanent. I remember there was a movie with that one, oh my God, what is the name of that movie that with that comedian, I think Marlon Wayans, I think it's called Senseless, where he was getting tested using I think they paid him like $300 and to take different tests, different pills and creams to see what are the side effects are. He had like an itchy anus and he had different skin illnesses and his hair fell out and then his tongue, he stopped talking and then his leg couldn't move and his arm was twitching and he had all types of side effects and he was able to, then his eyes enhanced and then his smell increased and stuff like that. So no, you can't use humans as guinea pigs because his quality of life went down for that week and he went through hell because he was trying to impress that lady and da 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 da. So you got to see the movie Senseless, and that's what human guinea pigs, and that's the test and the effects of certain chemicals, how it affects the human. And the scientists were sitting there watching him go through what he was going through, but he got out of debt, he paid his bills, and he became very rich. And but they don't talk about that in reality that causes it affects your DNA strand. It reprograms your DNA. So we can't be using humans as guinea pigs. Big ups to that, Barack Obama. Number 253, reversing research ethics standards which allow humans to be used as guinea pigs. That is a big no in my book. Thank you for that. Number 254, Obama conducted a cyberspace policy review. Yeah, because people was getting on internet saying and doing anything and committing certain crimes and online and this and that and the third. And so there was no, and inciting racism and all type of stuff like that and threatening people. So there was type of, nudity. A lot of people showing up naked, online. So it's like there was no policies at the time. People just did whatever they wanted on social media, and so now there's some rules and regulations what you can and can't do. So thank you for that. That's important. Number 255, Obama provided financial support for private sector space programs. The space program is important. NASA, and all that. We need financial support for that. That's cool. Space programs is interesting to a lot of people. I mean, that's a lot of data to be collected. We need to know if there are other life. Is there life on Mars? I mean, to me that's interesting. I've always been interested in the galaxy, the stars, and the moon, and everything like that. So, yeah, the space program's cool. We private sector and public sector financial support for that. That's cool for space programs. Number 256, Obama oversaw enhanced earth mapping to provide valuable data for agricultural, educational, scientific, and government use. Yeah, earth mapping is important because we need to know how many people are here on earth and how much land agricultural we're going to need for education and sciences and for government use and for, for the people, for the general population. So earth mapping is very important. It sounds boring, but it's very serious. And Steve Harvey was like, I just want my 6 acres. Well, that's a part of earth mapping because you look at the amount of population that we have on earth and then divide it by each person is supposed to have only 6 acres. At that time, it was 6 acres. So each person would be, equivalent to the world population. So currently living. Number 257, through the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act, Obama provided $500 million for health professions training programs. Absolutely. Number 258, Obama increased funding for community-based prevention programs. Yeah, absolutely. We got the neighborhood service center that help you pay your bills, your rent, utilities, and this and that and the third. So, that's very important. Number 259, Obama expanded the space exploration and discovery options to include more players. Yeah, we need to know what's going on. Is there other life? Is there life outside of Earth? We need to know. That's important. We've seen the movie E.T. Is that real? I mean, are there space? What is that called? Are there aliens? Are there? There's a lot of people speculating about UFOs and all of that. So, yeah, some people say we are. There are UFOs. We need to know that. Space exploration. Number 260, through the Connect America Fund, Obama pushed through and received the FCC approval for a move of $8 billion in subsidies away from telephone landlines to assist lower rural families in accessing broadband. Absolutely. It costs $8 billion? Ooh. All right. Number 261, in the wake of West Fertilizer tragedy, formed the Chemical Safety and Security Working Group to work on measures to prevent another such events. Absolutely. That's real important. Yeah. Number 262, Obama established a cyber threat intelligence interrogation center. It's a recommendation made by the 9/11 Commission to coordinate efforts to fight cybercrime and terrorism. Very important because like I said, these criminals were showing up online. They was threatening people. They was using, and they actually thought that they was going to get away with it. They would show up online with some kidnapped person and they would demand a ransom to the FBI talking about, I need $2 million. Like, bitch, ain't nobody finna. Really? You think that the FBI, they're so patient. God bless them. They are patient with these dumb criminals. And they say, okay, we're going to give you the $2 million. And then they go in to tell us the drop location. And they actually think that they're going to get away with this stuff. And they know exactly where you are. They pinpoint the coordinates. God bless their intelligence. And they find where these dumb criminals are and they lock them under the jail and give them the mental health treatments that they deserve, So big ups to Obama for his coordinating efforts to fight cybercrime and terrorism. 263, the Obama FCC, with his leadership, adopted strong net neutrality rules to keep the internet open and equal for everyone. Yes, I like net neutrality. Yeah, that was important. That's very important. 264, Obama ordered rules to speed up deployment of a more comprehensive broadband infrastructure. Yeah. Yeah, we need 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, all this type of stuff to, more comprehensive broadband infrastructure. That's important. Number 265, Obama set up a national strategic computing initiative to maximize benefits of high performance computing, HPC research, development, and deployments. Yeah, we high performance computers, we do need that to keep up with the change and research and employers to adapt to changes of the times. Number 266, Obama ordered a federal level change in national earthquake standards. That is important, but on the Richter scale, when you changing that, is that really the current when the earthquake actually hit? Is it are you saying a 2.0 is now a 3.0? Did you change that? Is that like reality? Because when it hits, it's only at that time what level that is. You don't know beforehand, but I don't know too much about earthquakes and I don't want to know, but it's just that was necessary and that's important. 267, Obama signed executive orders designed to strengthen government cybersecurity and prevent hackers from getting in. Yes, that's important. I don't know where these hackers are coming from, but they're really, really bored and they're really messing with the natural order of things and they need to be taken out. And sentenced to the fullest extent of the law. 268, Obama took steps to combat the effects of climate change by committing the U.S. to develop long-term drought resilience measures. Yes, climate change is important. I was just saying that. Climate change is a very serious topic. Number 269, Obama started the road to greater exploration of space by signing the bill to encourage mining on asteroids and clarifying property rights in space. Wow, we get to move on Mars. If there's water, is there life on Mars, we get to build a mansion up there if that's possible. So I don't know, but this is really important. Space is interesting to a lot of us. So all right, Roy Ones, tell me what you think. Are you spaced out? Are you a space cadet? Are you into astrology and all this? Things of the stars and the moon and the asteroid belt and the galaxy and the Milky Ways and all 9 planets. Please, what's the acronym for the planets? What is it? Kind people come over for spaghetti. What's the acronyms for the planets? Warrior Ones. Do you remember that back in elementary school? They showed us they told us. I don't even remember anymore. I think it was 2nd grade. How you remember all the planets? Okay. From the sun, farthest from the sun. I think it was, I don't know. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally is Pedmus. That's algebra. That's math, but okay. Meet me in the comment section, Roy Ones. Let's have this conversation. Let me know how has things improved. Are you interested in the space program? And since Obama did all these changes to regarding the space program, how has this affected you? Are you an astronaut or your future astronaut? Do you know anyone in the space program? Or do you want to be in the space program? Let me know what you think about this. Thank you so much for listening to this message. Don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe. Love, hugs, and kisses. Bye.